Okay, Tony Perry, this is for you. And I've included a link to a video in the, on the left-hand side that is what I will be forced to do to you if this does not work on you, but I'm giving you this chance to let this video work before I resort to that other stuff. Now look, is the law the end-all, be-all? Is the law the supreme word? Is it the end-all, be-all? Now you know my answer is going to be no. Because there's this dynamic that goes on in creating the laws that's intermixed with politics. And there's no way to escape it because we have representatives that make our laws for us. And so the first thing I would have to do is look at those people that make those laws and say, are they any more knowledgeable or any better or have any higher moral authority than me and you? And the answer, of course, is no. They put their pants on just like we do. Now, think about this concept. It is the job of the law to articulate what is right and wrong. Or, I should say, what is accepted as right and wrong. Not to determine what is right and wrong. It is the job of the law to articulate what is right and wrong, not to determine what is right and wrong. And I'm going to do another video that the rest of you, besides Tony Perry, can watch, and it's going to be a series called The Laws of Nature, the Laws of God, and the Laws of Man. And Tony Perry should watch that too. But, the law is only articulating what is already known to be right and wrong. The law in itself does not make it right or make it wrong. There have been all types of laws throughout our history that have been wrong, and that it would be wrong to obey even. There have been horrible, horrible laws in the realm of civil rights, in the realm of women's rights, in the realm of slavery, and, you know, in the realm of even, there's still laws on the books that say what a man and a woman can do in their own bedroom between consenting adults. And I'm not even talking about with the windows open, Tony. I'm talking about in the privacy of your bedroom. And we all know that's craziness. So here's how this intertwines with politics. Who is likely to become a politician? If anybody is worth anything, if they have a skill or they can actually do something, they can become an accomplished individual, why would they give that up? Think about a CEO for a major corporation. They make what, $10 million a year? Some more, some less, but millions and millions of dollars a year. The CEO for the government, our president, makes $400,000 a year and has more stress than a CEO of a private company. And he makes $400,000 a year. So why would somebody quit a $1 million a year job and go to a $400,000 a year job? And for every different level, the comparisons are the same. If somebody's worth something, they'll be busy. They'll be out owning a business. They'll be being entrepreneurs. They'll be being vice presidents of companies and managers and making money and making a living and making products and producing products and services in the private economy. Only the people that are inept in real life go into the public sector. They manage to attract a few brilliant ones, but for the most part, it's only the also-rans that wind up in the public sector, because if they were any good at what they did, they'd be out there being compensated very nicely in the private sector. So first of all, you have losers that go into government, nondescript people, people that are otherwise unremarkable. The second type of person that you get that goes into politics is the person that is very successful, that has got a lot of money, that has done very well in the private sector, but now they've bumped elbows with the rich and powerful a little bit too much. And so now the other type of person you get is the power hungry. They want the power and the prestige that comes with public office. So you get these people in public office. This is the type of person that is attracted to public office to start with. And these are the people that are in place for making your laws. So what types of laws do you think these people make? First of all, they're losers that know nothing. They weren't good for anything in regular society, so they joined up with the government. And then you get power-hungry individuals. What kind of laws are a bunch of losers and power-hungry individuals going to make? They're going to be bad laws. You tell me right now, what would the law that was passed that allocated $5 million to research the sex life of tree frogs in the state of Oregon, would that have ever passed were it put up to the popular vote? Were it put up to a vote of Americans and said, do you not want to spend $5 million of your money on the sex life of tree frogs in the state of Oregon? It would have failed and been a miserable failure. So how is it ever in place? How did that law ever get in place? How? Because somebody enjoys power. And somebody that received $5 million to research the life of tree frogs is going to do something for that person in return to keep them in power. So laws get twisted to where they're much less about articulating what's right and wrong for society, and they're much more about filling the individual desires and needs of people wanting to retain power. And people that know nothing about how the private sector works, because if they knew anything about it, they would have stayed in it. See what I'm saying? That's the problem in considering the law to be the end-all and the be-all and the supreme word on a given subject. It's because, yes, loosely, laws are the will of the people, but specifically they're put in place by people that don't have mine and your interest at heart. They have their own interests at heart. And so you get all kinds of silly, stupid laws. And yes, I think we're right to question our laws and say, should these be laws? It doesn't make something right or wrong because it's put into a law book somewhere. It only makes it right if it's right or wrong without the existence of that law. And you can look into that more on this thing I'm going to do called the laws of God, the laws of nature, and the laws of man. But this is the basic overview. This is why the law is not the ultimate word.